the last 3 years have been pretty crazy for us all with the pandemic and with everything that's happened in the world. The pandemic set in. I spent most of my time on my vacation studying for my chief mates exams and my license so I could get promoted. I went out to sea. I got stuck at sea for an entire year. I came back home, spent most of my time in quarantine, went back to another ship, did another 7 months, came back home, and this entire vacation has gone studying for my captain's exam. So I definitely needed a break. And I guess one of the easiest places for any Indian to go to is Goa. I've come here a lot as a child and I've spent a large amount of time, especially in the northern part of the city, which puts me in a place where I have a really strong connect with Goa as a place, as a city, as a travel destination, because I've spent so much of time here and I've come here so many years back to back while I was growing up. A place that essentially represents a completely different lifestyle, a life that's very different to the kind that you have in the metros in India. Goa is just slower, it's a lot calmer, it's a lot more peaceful, and it's definitely a lot more beautiful. And that's exactly why I always find myself coming back here. On the occasion of my first solo trip, I definitely want to choose a destination that I'm a lot more familiar with. Considering solo travel, it really helps you grow as a person. You really need to be safe. You really need to be conscious, especially on your first solo travel trip. So Paralim is the place that I chose to explore this time. Well, essentially South Goa, and it's very different to North Goa. I mean, it's quite intimidating to travel here solo, considering I really don't recognize this place. I don't look at my surroundings and think that this is Goa. North and the South are so different. The way the culture is, I honestly actually believe that the original Goan culture is to be found here in the southern part of Goa. North Goa is super commercial and it's a lot of fun if you want to go out and just party, which is what I did my entire life. It's really hard to wrap my head around the fact that this is the exact same city only a couple of kilometers away. And I'm super happy about being here and I'm super pumped to be able to go out and explore this place. I think I also need a day or two of just chill, really understand and live that Susegad lifestyle that is synonymous with South Goa. A lifestyle where you're basically content with what you have. You don't push any harder. You enjoy what you have. You make the most of what you have. You just stay happy. I'm going to continue this vlog after taking a day off where I do absolutely nothing and I just enjoy and absorb the life here. It is a rainy day in Goa and it's definitely not the kind of day that you expect to have when you come to a destination like Goa. But today we are in Paralim and it is the rainy season and we're going to be exploring parts of South Goa in this vlog together, and we're going to be exploring the hidden gems of Goa, the non-commercial parts of Goa, areas that you don't normally see or that you wouldn't normally plan for. And Goa has a lot more to offer other than just your North Goa, Anjuna, Paga and Karangut beaches. There's a lot more that you can see in this beautiful destination. That's the entire point of this trip. So this is the Oxygen Hotel where I'm staying. Essentially, like I said, they're basically beach cottages which are really well made. It is not too expensive, so if you're looking for budget stay, this is definitely something that you can look out for and something that you guys should probably try out. As you guys can see, it's completely made out of wood. We have a large king-size bed. The rooms and the cottages are air-conditioned. We also have a little cupboard here, any amenities. We do have a little bit of space here, which is basically used for our coffee supplies. They do supply you with a kettle and a fridge. And we do have television. The entire hotel is Wi-Fi enabled, which is something that I think is super sick. Oxygen basically looks at providing you a little bit of a cottage lifestyle in Goa. Very old school, very cool. This is what the washroom looks like. Simple, basic. I just got in this morning. You guys have probably seen the travel from Bombay to Goa. I left the house at 1:30 a.m. and it's been pretty hectic, so I'm essentially not doing a lot. I'm just gonna kick back and relax. Probably go to the beach in the evening and explore if it stops raining. There's a lot of cottage culture in South Goa. You can literally get a cottage on the beach and just stay on the beach, and this is so much more economical than going to a resort or a 5-star, which is what we would normally do in North Goa. And that's what I meant when I spoke about the difference in culture between both the spaces.
I know what it takes to free us. No one but you and me. Not them, they're gonna see. When everything's said and done, I'm gonna stay on the ground.
I spent most of the evening just walking around Paralim beach and absorbing the atmosphere, vibing with the place and just feeling completely free now that I've left my city and I've come to Goa.
Ain't nothing gonna
Good morning, you guys. It is day 2 on the vlog. It is our second day in Goa today, and this morning we have something really special planned. I have a very close friend in Bombay who has suggested a really nice cafe within Palolem to go for brunch, so I'm going to be heading there this morning. After that, we're going to be exploring a couple of other beaches in South Goa today. We are going to be breaking down every beach possible that we can over the next 10 days in South Goa, so definitely stay tuned. Keep watching so that you guys can explore the city with me.
No one but you and me, not them, they're gonna see. When everything's said and done, I'm gonna stay on the ground. There ain't nothing gonna bring us down. Whenever the race is run.
In Palolem Market, it's called the Canvas Cafe. It looks super sick. As you guys can see, there's a large amount of graffiti, really killer seating arrangement, a couple of board games over there. I completely love the artwork at this place. I'm not so sure I'm going to sit here. My mind is made up to go to the other cafe, but we're here for another 10 days and I may come back to this little place. Definitely come and check out this cafe called Canvas on Palolem Market Street. It looks fantastic. आपका नाम क्या है? और आपका दुकान कितना पुराना है यहाँ पे?
पुराना दुकान बोलेगा तो 3 साल से।
3 साल से। तो आप ये सब एंटीक्स इंपोर्ट होते हैं या आप कहीं से बनवा के लाते हैं?
नहीं, जयपुर से आता है, राजस्थान से आता है।
राजस्थान से आता है। We have a lot of flea markets here in Goa. I'm not going to be shopping too much, but they're very nice people, very hospitable people. Definitely got to check out the markets. Even if you're not looking to shop, just for the locals, just for the vibe, you have to come.
Bring us down. Whenever the race is run, I want us to stand our ground. There ain't nothing.
This little cafe called The Mill, which I just showed you guys, it is really small, really cozy. It's a little off Palolem Beach, so if you're staying anywhere in South Goa, definitely check this out. The food is continental and the rustic vibe of this place is fantastic. Very Portuguese, very rustic. Have to come check it out. Guys, we are on Gulji Bhagava beach. This is one of the southern beaches in Goa that I suggest you guys do visit. As you guys can see, it is super secluded. There's not a lot of people here on this beach. But what makes this beach really, really special is the fact that it is a sea turtle nesting beach. And when we talk about a sea turtle nesting beach, you need to know how the life cycle of a sea turtle goes. So basically, this is a sea turtle nesting beach. This is where sea turtles come and they lay their egg. But if you want to know more about how sea turtles are actually nested, you can get to know right here. Each female lays an average of 5 to 6 nests per nesting season. And the green turtle nest contains an average of 100 eggs, which is crazy. But you know what? Another fact that I read over here is out of 1,000 eggs that are laid, only one sea turtle out of 1,000 hatchlings will actually make it and live through adulthood, which is absolutely insane. Which is why this beach is really special, because this is where all of that happens. After hatching, the baby sea turtles will race towards the sea. So this is basically how the entire process of sea turtles being born. The turtles will feed in the ocean and they will survive for the first few years. Upon reaching the size of 60 centimeters, the turtles settle near shallow waters, feed about mature adulthood. After a long maturation period of 20 to 50 years, the turtles are ready to breed and perform long-distance breeding migration. Turtles return to their original birthplace to breed and lay eggs. It's just something super nice to know that sea turtles go back to the original breeding location. Goa is not famous for the sea turtle nesting beach. Goa is really, really famous for their parties and their shacks and their cheap beer. But these are things that you can only see when you come to South Goa, and that's exactly why I'm super excited about being here on Gulji Bhagava beach.
I used to think about traveling the world and documenting it while I travel, and I know Goa is really close to home and it isn't exactly the world, but just being on this beach for hours at an end with my camera, being able to document it and having absolutely nothing else on my mind while I do that made me realize how sure I am about this life and how much more of this I want to do in the future. honestly, at this point, I was just filled with gratitude, being able to be on that beach, document it, share it with all you guys. This moment made the last 2 years feel completely effortless.
It has been such an amazing experience to be able to do this by myself. It is probably the best experience I've had, even better than going out for shore leave when you're on the ship. I mean, this is fantastic. Little bit of rain, so we stopped for safety measures. We're still heading to a brand new beach, a brand new bridge that nobody's actually ever been to. There are very few vlogs about this bridge, and if I can find it, it's going to be fantastic. Currently at Sarol Xm Bridge. I should probably figure out the pronunciation for this. This is the bridge that I was talking about. Riding up and down the lanes of South Goa, we have finally found it. This is a bridge that you can not only walk on, but you can also ride through this. And it has a water body on both sides. And it is 5:31 in the morning. We're heading to a really special beach today. So yesterday after I got done with all the exploring, I ended up getting some nice food, came back to my hotel and just crashed because I knew I had a really early start this morning, so I didn't want to go out to any shacks and party it up at night. Today we're heading to two really special locations, so stay tuned, the vlog continues. This is day 3 in Goa. It is such a beautiful day, guys. I mean, look at that. It just rained like crazy. We have to match our timing so that we can get out to places and actually see places. Currently doing a morning hike. You can actually smell all the leaves, all the grass, all the soil all around. There's a beautiful destination that I saw on one of my favorite creators' channel. I don't know if you guys watch Ronnie and Bati, very big Indian YouTubers, fantastic videos. So there's a beautiful beach here in Goa, which takes a little bit of effort to get to. I'm trying to get there today, trying to see if it's possible to do this solo. So stick with me. Really thick forest here. Never really been to any places like this in Goa in the past, and this is probably why if you're coming as a solo traveler and you want to see something different in Goa, South Goa is probably the place for you to go. This was one hell of a trek, you guys. But look at that. And finally opening out. Oh my god. If you're a solo traveler, you would absolutely hate it. But once you're here, look at this amazing beach. It is super secluded. It is so worth doing that trek to be able to see this beach, you guys. Oh my god. This is Butterfly Beach. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Guys, it is empty. There is one person I can see who's doing the trek behind me, but there is nobody else on this beach except for me.
Honestly, I was really unsure about my solo trip. I wasn't sure how this would go. I wasn't sure how I would spend my time, and while I was excited, the fear was almost overwhelming, but I can now honestly say it's been nothing short of beautiful.
sun is finally out, which is absolutely amazing. And when you come to Butterfly Beach, a couple of things you want to remember is this beach is super isolated. Not too many people here. Normally during the season, you can come from there, which is via boat. You can get a boat from Palolem. And the other way to come here is a little trek that we did. It's a little harder to do the hike, I have to admit. Especially if you're traveling solo, it could get a little overwhelming at some point. But if you manage to pull it off, the path is well defined. It is definitely worth doing the hike over the boat.
I ended up meeting this couple on the beach and the guy was proposing, so they asked me to document this entire situation for them, and I'm really glad I could be a part of this moment.
Okay, should be fun. We got some more people on Butterfly Beach right now. I'm trying to get to the top of these rocks up ahead. This is what you get after starting at 5:45 in the morning on hiking down a forest path, going up these rocks and making it to this point. And this view is absolutely unbelievable. If you're somebody who's coming to Goa, definitely check out Butterfly Beach and try and get up here on the rocks because it's 100% worth it. Okay, so after that beautiful morning at Butterfly Beach, we finally moved all the way to Agonda Beach. There's actually a really nice hidden path all the way from Butterfly to Agonda, which we rode down. Very jerky if you're on a scooty, but absolutely worth it. So today we're going to be spending the rest of the day at Agonda Beach. We're just going to explore this beach. There's some beautiful rocks on one side. Other than that, we're just going to chill because the whole hiking experience with Butterfly Beach was a lot of fun. It was beautiful, but it was tiring. So while you're on vacation, you have to enjoy it as well. Let's do this. I just got some amazing breakfast. I am completely hydrated. It is a nice warm day. Water is nice and cold, nice and windy, and the beach is so beautiful, you guys. Definitely try coming to Agonda Beach.
Agonda was beautiful. It's so clean, which is something that I can't say about every other beach, unfortunately. I ended up spending the entire day here soaking up the sun and sitting by the water. Probably one of the best days of my life so far.
Okay, so while walking through Agonda, I got done here on the beach and I decided to move out, but I needed to grab a bite. Found this little boutique which opened up into a really nice vegan restaurant. This is the Zesty Vegan Restaurant in Goa. Now I know Goa predominantly has your shack culture, but there are some really nice, beautiful restaurants that have now come up on all these different beaches that I suggest you do check out. I'm going to show you the restaurant. The food is completely vegan and the music is very nice, very pleasant for the afternoon. There's a lot of people here. Keep in mind, I'm traveling during off-season time and this place is still pretty packed. The food must be really good. I'm going to check it out. I suggest you guys do too.
I ended up putting all my luggage back in my hotel and ended up getting out for a walk on Palolem Beach that evening. Also, I needed to find a place to head out for dinner because I didn't want to stay in the hotel at night.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can actually hear me, but I'm at the Art Cafe on Palolem. This is definitely one of the coolest places that you want to visit in Palolem. It is definitely one of the best places I've ever been to here in Goa. I have never seen a place like this before. You can also stay at the Art Cafe. It was all sold out when I was booking, and I'm pretty sure the next time I come to Palolem, I will definitely be staying right here. I'm going to enjoy the evening. I'm going to be ending the vlog right here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to see you in episode 2 of Goa. See you next time. Peace.
The sunset was amazing, the food was insane, the wine was really nice, and the evening was magical. And this trip is only going to get a lot better with each episode, so stay tuned for episode 2 of Goa with my GoPro. See you next time.
안녕. 또 보고 싶어.